Thank you for tuning in to the Infinite Grifball podcast. This is going to be the Legacy Championship edition for Summer League 25. And I'll just start off right away by saying congratulations to Reverse Sweep for winning the ship in one of the probably most hotly contested seasons that we've had in any Grifball in a long time. So, uh, the captain of this team was Recharging. How you doing, man?
Okay, solid. How about you, Alex?
Doing good, doing good. TCT Avenger was his first round draft pick.
What it do, Plex?
Gargantuan
Yes,
Albert was the second round draft pick. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. Thanks.
All right. And then rounding out the team is Godly HCS as our fourth.
Ah,
Yeah, that's my old name, but yeah, I'm doing amazing.
Godly, Godly's the most important part of that. So, it was a long and definitely maybe a little bit grueling of a playoff period, but hey, it's done now. So, just to get into it right away, I'm going to go ahead and start with the captain recharging and his questions. So, right out of the gate, putting you on the hot seat. So, all right, the first one I have for you is since season 2, you've been one of the most consistent players in the league, even playing across the pond on high ping. Do you have a specific mindset that you lock to get into games before you start a game to kind of lock in and to whatever is your mentality before you start a game?
I'd say as this game has progressed from season two, the Grifball style of gaming has changed. As season two, we had the basic equipment where we had ways to get kills that didn't require you to reach the enemy. But now it's come to a point where you have to outsmart the enemy by either tanking or by taking your positions with your teams throughout the game to eventually get to the goal side. But I think my play style has definitely changed from season two. I was a little bad back then. I think we all was at the start of the season. But eventually, uh, each season I just got better. And this probably like I think everybody is the same at the moment. Everybody's in a high peak, and some of them are improvements, some of them are not.
Yeah, definitely. The game type has certainly changed a lot since season 2 because season 2, season 3 was equipment with it was pretty much the most similar to this game type except we had grapple and repulse that would spawn. So, and then season 4 and 5 it was thrusters. So, and then now we were on vanilla. So definitely the game types definitely progressed and changed a lot, but I think that speaks more to your consistency because you've been able to either maintain your level of play or get better every season, even though shit's been changing. So, I find that to be pretty impressive. So, good answer. The next question.
MVP.
The next question. Yes, MVP. That tells it all, pretty much. Uh, question 2 I have is you had the most goals in sort of a spread football offense, passing offense, basically, and that's pretty impressive because you got to be able to stay alive right on the plate, near the spawns and all that. Kind of know where they're going to spawn on each side,
I'll
count them down. Um,
I'd say I'd say for the reason because of that is we had my runner Big Out who we kind of decided throughout the season that we needed a main runner and he kind of fit the role for it. So he's basically your quarterback. So he would pass to you on
UB1.
play, no matter the occasion. So that's what kind of fit our play style with him throughout the season. But it wasn't at the start of the season we had this idea.
yeah, that's interesting because that's pretty much exactly one of the questions I'll have for him later, whenever it's one of his. So it's usually how it goes because these can only get so specific and
Yeah.
they come off rather generic. But yeah, it pretty much just says how did you survive on the flank and on the enemy plate so well. But I think I sort of already described that. You just your timing was really good and it almost seemed like you already knew which side they're going to spawn on and when a lot of the time.
Yeah, it's that reach mentality here. I'm used to the spawns a lot. It's like muscle memory after a while. It just clicks onto you.
definitely. Uh, I think the spawns changing before the season start probably made them a little crazy to predict at first, but you play on it for a while and they get predictable again. Maybe more so because the old spawns they were pretty wild. You just didn't know. So this season they were
Oh,
they
that's
were
true.
yeah they were a little bit more predictable this season, and I think that made it easier. But it's the way it should be, and shouldn't be no damn spawn protection either.
Yeah, we should get more King's defense plays.
Dude, that should be a medal. That would be so badass.
True, true, 100%.
All right, so the final question I have for you, Recharge, is it really took a lot of grit to lead your team back from the lower bracket to win a rematch against the team that dropped you down there. Did you have any kind of pregame hype speech or anything you told the team before the championship?
As I said to my team as well, this team that we played has always been a team that we had neck and neck, even throughout before the playoffs. We either beat them as a team or we lost them against them. So this team. I was confident in beating them, but I wasn't confident in winning at the same time because we've lost to them twice in a row, in and especially in playoffs. So, but we had the mentality to where yes, we can 100% win. We know how to get inside their minds, and which we did eventually throughout the game 3 and 4, and eventually we won. That's it's as simple as I can say right there. But
Yeah, I would say
that's it.
I don't want to say you were the only team that could have beat them because I do believe some of the other legacy teams had on their best day they could have knocked them off too. But I feel like it was it was really meant.
Cap.
Yeah, it was meant to be for a few reasons. The roommate rivalry, the Battle of the Brits. It was just really good. So that was definitely impressive to come back from the lower bracket and take it in the championship. So good shit, good shit, good answers. All right, so moving on to TCT Avenger. Your first question is props for an all-time sandbag to drop down to recharge. It was easy to see right from the rip that you're going to be the one of the best duos, if not the best duo in Legacy.
Yeah,
What
Lex didn't think so.
what do you think made your chemistry so good between both of you?
Um, both great players, both don't get in each other's way, and game recognizes game. And he heard me out for a lot, and he isn't an idiot, and I heard him out for a lot of things too. So it's just hard to get in each other's way when I didn't think I was gonna fall that far. Everybody wanted to throw for active hate, so I was like, "Fuck it, I'll throw too." And then I just realized everybody didn't like me, and I thought I was gonna go to Mem's team, but I guess they don't like me either. So I ended up with my boy Recharge.
First time.
Yeah, I think that's interesting because you both sort of. I guess I can't say you play the same, but I feel like you have a good feel for spacing, and you kind of know when it's time to go straight to the plate or follow your tank. You know when to choose. So it's definitely interesting that you're able to work well together when you play similarly. So then
Yeah, he's right. I'd say he's the more aggressive one. Sorry to cut you off, but I
no,
found my role being the more passive guy, playing with him, and him being the more aggressive because we've seen it. He just somehow averages 20 more kills when he's on one than everybody else in the lobby. So he's out there getting what's his. Whether it means I got to absorb a lot of power, what I try to be the best wall I can. Everybody knows what DVO does. I just try to do what DVO does as the highest level I can.
yeah, that's a good point. You definitely were more of the passive one, and Recharge was more aggressive for sure. All right, so the next question I have is you've always been sort of a do-it-yourself type of player. You don't really, I mean, you'll do whatever's needed. Good role player. This season was no different. You created a lot of plays with aerial tanking. You took on spacing really well, and you took on double teams really well too. I noticed that when I watched some of the streams of your games. You were able really to take your time and pick your targets well and work your way to a good spot for a wrap or just a tank in. So would you say that with the different game type this season, how did you approach this season differently? It's pretty much the same question Recharge had.
Um, I'm a monster at thrust, no doubt. But going into Classic, everybody wanted to just shit on my tanking ability, and dropping to Legacy was, I'm not gonna lie, a shock to me. And it meant like, especially when dropping to the last pick of the first round, at that point, I was just ready to go to the second round. I was like, fuck this shit. Let's see how fucking low I can go. But it just felt good to play at a higher level and, kind of like show that to everybody. And, I would say I was trying to be like novice was the whole point, where it's like, fuck it, I'll be unlikable and I'm gonna try to get top of the leaderboard and be the best that I can be. And I think I proved that whenever I was top for a little bit there. And then I was like, fuck it. And we kind of like started to struggle in some games versus Smurf at first. And that's when we realized that we started off too hot and we had to start to adapt while everybody else is starting to figure out how they're going to play as well. And it was
Mhm.
Al actually who came and talked to me and was like, hey, man, like, I like to, or I really want to win a championship, and I think we can too. But man, fuck stats; they don't matter at all if we can win. I mean, look at it. Fuck, dude went like -20, whatever the hell, and threw like hella bombs and shit. So Al's my hero in that, man. Fit the role, do what you can, sacrifice for the win, and look where it got us.
Definitely. This next one is probably going to blow your mind, so just be prepared for this question. You are now tied for second with winning infinite ships because you have two. If you would have won in season 2, you would be the only player with
Oh
3 ships
shit.
because Hells wouldn't have won that one. You would have traded,
Oh,
and you would be all time. That blows your
what
mind,
about
doesn't it?
Shrek? Is that mean I beat Shrek because of season 4?
Yeah, Shrek only has 1 ship.
Oh man, that I'm not gonna lie. That's the besides us. Okay, so besides the one time when Sala said the tanking's never gonna be there in season 3, season 2 is big motivation for me, man, because you look back on that and you have Shrek, Cosmos, Snipes, and myself on a team, and we fucking blew it. And that's, everybody can put blame on whatever. I definitely did not do my part. Was supposed to be a runner, and I'm not gonna lie, when I first joined, I was a little too scared about it till I switched to hybrid, and then it was like I had to just fill my role at that point, and we made it as far as we could. Infection and Hells did their thing, and Hells is a winner. Hells is just a winner at the end of the day. So I'm just happy to have another ship and compete with them all. But I definitely look back on that and wish that I got Shrek that championship, and it keeps me activated. I'm always rooting for him.
As long as you're not active hated. But yes,
Shout out to
that
Snipes too, man. He didn't get his ship, so that one really makes me upset. And I really hope Cosmos gets his chance again in the future. You know, just like Ace, it took him a while. He stopped after season 2. He just came back and he got a championship. So fucking shout out to Ace on that.
yeah, and the
With
other
Hells.
yeah, the other note on that, on your last question was this level of success has to surprise you a lot. I mean, that's not really a question at the end, but it's got to be surprising because I mean, you started in Halo 5 and you won an Ami ship, didn't you?
Yes, I did. In my last season in 5, I lost the championship
Yeah,
against Snipes.
but yeah, but yeah, you're literally just a couple of games or a couple of rounds or goals away from being the all-time ship leader in Infinite. That's an impressive stat right there. So
No, so hey, most impressive stat with that Ami ship. I'm competing with Mungo Pungo at the end of the day, man, because we're all getting older and we're all playing this for fun. But my competition is that man. He's been chasing ships for a long time, and he gets it done. Whether on a good days or bad days, that man gets it done. And you know what he has? He has a legacy ship over me in Halo 5, and you were there for that Noplex around that time, and he'll always have that over me until yesterday. I finally got my own legacy ship. And I got an Ami ship, just like him. So I got an Ami ship, a legacy ship, and a pro ship. Now I just got to keep getting more pro ships than him.
wait, are you the only one that has a one league and a legacy ship? Because you've won a one league, so you might be one of the only players that's won both. You might be
What
the
you
only
You
mean?
one.
might.
I have to
I
look
have
at
no
that.
clue.
I have to look at that. But either way, man, congratulations on the success. Like I said,
Lexi.
it's always fun to watch you play because you just kind of go out there and fill lanes or however best you can. So you get it done.
For the team, baby. Hashtag AGLA. Hashtag Big Gargantuan Albert. Coming up next.
Yeah, and as you said, Big Al, your questions are next, and definitely this first one's probably gonna make you chuckle a little bit, but feel out of all of your team or all of your teammates, you're probably the most deserving because you had to be stuck with me all last season. And then not only last season, but the season before that with Kim and Cosmos, and that was a rough one too. So, um, how great does it feel to come back, get into Legacy League, and not only that, get on a good team and win the championship?
It feels pretty good, man, because my first season back, I only played like 1 or 2 seasons in Halo 5, and they were just because DJ needed a body to fill a roster in GGL or something like that. And he's like, "Can you please play?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, man." Um, so those were like my only experiences in Halo 5. And then I took, however many year break until uh, 2 seasons ago. And I get paired up with, Chem and Cosmos and Gambit. He'll never be Rain. Um, and it's just like I was so trash. And I was not ready for like thrust and all this extra bullshit that was not lining up with how I like thought about like Grifball really. Like this fits very squarely into how I remember Grifball. And so I I really struggled my first season back, you know. So then the next year getting with you guys, with you and Sab and Pac Fan. And I mean, our season didn't really go, the way anybody hopes the season to go that year either. But I played like so many games. I subbed for every team under the sun. Uh, I just tried to play as much as possible, try to get better. I mean, I've never been much of a tank. Everybody will always say that I suck because I don't tank very well. And that's fine. I understand it's a flaw, but I try my best to work around that issue to make myself valuable in different ways. Uh, Passing is one offensively that I can, if I can see a person getting open and I can try to anticipate, if I can trust that they can get a kill, I can send the ball so it's there the second they're available to catch the ball. So I do my best to like try and work around my own deficiencies, and I try to let the other people do. Everybody has their role. I try to let everybody do their role the way that they best can, and you just find ways to make things work, man.
Definitely. I believe you've played almost 60 games that season, last season, and then
Yeah, I think it was 58 or 59, something like that. Yeah.
but we're just gonna go ahead and call it 60 because you're Big Al 60. The lore,
Exactly, dude.
yeah, yeah,
It was meant to be.
yeah, the lore matches up there, and yeah, we had a pretty chill team. We didn't we didn't fucking win a lot, but at least it was no tilt basically. Our team,
Fun.
but
We had a good give and go. We had a good give and go in a game. We scored some goals. They weren't all stomps or anything like that. So
definitely.
take what you can get.
Then the next question I have is kind of something you already said. Really is really you kind of went less to a set runner running it in to more of a playmaker. You run it in if you can, but you were passing a lot too. Uh, was that something
Right.
that I guess Recharge kind of answered that earlier. That wasn't something that you started off with, but it was something y'all had to work towards.
Yeah, it definitely was not like. I think me and Avenger were definitely keen on it in the beginning. Like we kind of had a similar view of liking the passing plays and stuff like that, but it definitely didn't click for the whole team really for a little bit there we'll say like halfway through the season. It kind of just fell into place that it worked out really well and it was working against teams, so we kind of stuck with it. But you can never put all your eggs in one basket really. You gotta like take your, if the passing game's not working too well, start running it in, then they loosen up their pass defense. So you can work your way back to some more passing offense if it falls to you that way. Try a launch here or there, get yelled at by Recharge for trying to launch here or there, and you move on with life.
Title right. Biggie Smalls. Biggie Smalls.
Dang, we never tried that. I just realized.
He told me you
Whatever.
called it out, dude, and I
It's
couldn't
in-
believe that. If I go
it's
back in
in-
time, we would run it.
It's in the hip pocket for another time, another team.
Yeah, I like that approach. You don't want to get one-dimensional, just missionary style Grifball, 3 tanks running and you're running after them. You gotta launch, you gotta pass, you gotta double pass. I mean anything that'll
Yep.
get you goals, anything. And passing is very OP on Infinite. The velocity and the distance you can throw it makes it to where if you got a tank running right in front of you and they're 5 feet ahead of you, you need to throw it to them plate because it's that strong.
Yep.
Definitely. Last question I had is at the end of the second round. Most people would see that Recharge picked you to be a runner because got Avenger, got his big player along with him as a duo, and getting a runner to set at the end of the round. And I do feel that Recharge picked the best player and that was available every round. So props for that. Going back. It's really important to get the players that you want. So I guess what I'm saying is it was very big for you to make that transition like we're talking about in the last question and become more of a passer than just running it in. And to see that, did you really set it up a certain way? Did y'all have plays? Did y'all have double flank sometimes where Avenger would kind of be out on his own on the left and working in, but then Recharge would go up the middle? Was it
Yeah,
that
we
way?
would. Me and Avenger had spent a couple nights after scrims in calls, like drawing up plays and stuff like that. Some of them never saw the light of day. But
God bless.
we definitely tried some stuff. We'd bring them back to the team. The next time we scrim and be like, okay, we had, this situation. I think we could have tried this, and we had some plays that we would call out by name, like more rotations and stuff like that we'd try to do. But Godly is really good at flanking. Recharge is really good at flanking. Avenger was kind of just my rock personal protector guy for the most part. He kept me alive. I could do a lot of work with helping him, get a kill by baiting a swing if I run up and back off, and he could get a free kill. Like he was definitely the main launch guy. So if we were gonna try a launch, it a lot of times was coming off of him. Caught
We hit
Sev,
yeah.
slipping. We caught him with a fake launch, and Seb jumped and swung, and I'd already backed
Greatest
out, and
defender in Legacy.
he got the kill set for free, so that was kind of funny. But it's been a good season. I enjoyed playing with these guys, and I think we made a lot of good things happen.
Yeah, that launch in particular kind of reminded me of the guy parachuting out of an airplane, but then he lands in a crocodile farm or like an alligator farm. No.
Hey man, you got to try some launches, man. They work.
Gotta
Not
keep
all
them
the
honest,
time,
man.
but they work.
Shout out to Ducky. We attempted it one good time besides the accidental one, and Ducky was just always there looking out for it, man. The entire fucking team was just so well disciplined with positioning and just being aware. Their communication was key, so everybody was on point. There was only one shot we had at a launch. They stopped it. We could never go for it again.
That's true. That definitely is the case. Definitely.
Yeah, it's good to diversify the way you score. Like we were saying before, you don't want to limit offense. That's just not good. In Grifball, you're not going to score many goals that way. So that wraps up Big Al's questions, and on to Godly. So Godly, the first question I have for you, well, it starts with more of a statement. I gotta admit, been a big fan of you this season. I've been having a good time following you, along with DeVio, Arena, and also Memorize, a few other players too. But what was your mindset going into games as a fourth playing with this team? Or I guess not as a fourth, just mindset in general, going in and meshing with this team every game.
Yeah, my mindset was I just wanted to try like the best that I could for the team. Not really like a specific mindset going in because I kind of took like the game a little bit more like casually, I guess you could say. My heart wasn't in it as much as it should be, but still going in, I wanted to do the best I could, try the best I could whenever it was time to get serious, try to get serious for the team because I know how much winning was important for my team, and I wanted to try the best I could, being a fourth. Yes.
Hey, you're pretty much like the Scullin of this team. And Scullin and Pro, he just won a championship, and he's the same way, same exact way. Really, he's a competitor, but he's a fun guy to play with. Like he doesn't take things too seriously, and he just kind of he memes it up out there and does his own thing. So I think you got to have that person that has fun and like that doesn't take it as seriously. I think it's important, especially in our league of fucking tryhards.
Yeah.
But that's a
For
good
sure.
answer, good take for sure. The second question I have for you is it seemed like it took you a little bit to get going in the season with practice, and that's with a different game type and new team.
1,000%.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
one thing I noticed is that it felt like every game, every scrim, every practice, whatever, every game you got a little bit better. You improved a little bit, a little bit, a little bit, and then you went from kind of learning what you were doing and you transitioned into a role player very well. And Avenger will tell you that's the way I was always. That's the way I was this season in pro, and that's the way I've always been in the past. I love being the role player. I love the matchups, causing chaos
Mhm.
on the flank, just being a pain in the ass in general. So,
Yeah.
was your team instrumental with motivating you and encouraging you to make adjustments and giving you advice, hints, stuff like that?
Yeah, 1,000%. Especially on Recharge and Avenger, they would always be open to giving advice, and I did like the best that I can to take their advice. Whether it's like mid game and Recharge was good, like at post game, reaching out and giving me advice. I just tried to like implement on that, especially with how like different Infinite is from like H5. It did take me a lot, like you were saying, it did take me a lot to get used to, but um after every game and after each game, I just try to like get better. And the only thing, the only way to get better is by playing. And obviously, like the more I'm playing, the better I'm getting. So yeah,
Definitely, and in my opinion, Infinite out of all the Grifball games is when you just jump on and play for the first time. It's a lot. It's a very shocking game. You have to really play 5 to 10 games really to get used to it. Some people can catch on quicker, but it's really shocking with how the hammer physics work, the wind up, and just so many things about it are
yeah.
very shocking. So
The main thing I had to get used to, especially coming from the H5 background, I missed the sword, and I just had to sneak that in there. I missed the sword from H5, and it's just like night and day, the sword wise and the movement wise. Those are like the main two things. The sword and like the movement from H5 is like very different,
He likes
and
smart link
it can.
thrust.
Yeah, I love the sniper sniper sword as Al likes to call it. But yeah, just getting used to that and relying, but mainly like relying on the hammer, was something to get used to. Still don't think I got the hang of it either. But it is what it is. Got the dub anyways. That's all that matters.
I think you'll enjoy the thrust game type if that's what ends up getting played next season or whatever happens. It's
Yeah.
you won't have smart link with the sword, but it definitely makes you a lot more elusive. Pop Tart was a really good
Uh,
player on thrust. He would go over people's heads and ninja them, and they would just never be ready for it. And him
yeah.
thrusting forward, yeah.
Shout out to Pop Tart. He's the one that recruited me for the C.
How did he find you? Did you say, hey, Infinite's got fucking Grifball?
Fun is matchmaking.
Shout out to Pop Tart Spoon Godly and oh shit, Pop Tart Spoon Godly and Retrograder beat him in the Emmy ship H5.
Yee. I wish the tomes went back that far. The bid league rosters, but that stopped at Halo 4. That'd have been nice to to keep that going. But shout out to AJ for that one.
Easy.
AJ the Juice.
AJ, did you?
Yeah, AJ the Juice Man. Man, he's got one more question too.
That's pride.
He's struggling.
Yeah, I'll just give him a bit to get back in.
It's Bongo. Just start naming old people. Hey, Ugloff, come back. You watching this stuff?
Hey, Noplex, come back, you old fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no
no
plex,
flex,
bro.
bro.
No way, no plex gonna leave after going as high as he did in fucking pro.
Oh yeah, I gotta cash in on that fucking high round draft pick money and retire.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit of an interlude, but I would say, yeah, I don't know. People who know me and have talked to me for a while know it was gonna be about that time. I knew it was gonna end whenever it started, so um, it was just a matter of if instead of
There you
when.
go.
So, hey, you're back,
My
He's
bad about
back.
that.
dude. We
Y'all know who that was.
we we vamped hard there. That was pretty good. Good vamp, guys. Good vamp. All right. So, Godly, the last question that I have for you is, as a role player fourth, you created so many opportunities for your team, and especially so in the championship, which was the best fucking series I've watched in quite some time. You had some really good flanks, wraparounds, big kills on the plate to push in for goals. It's not really a question, but more of a statement. Uh, Man, you had. I feel like that was the best series you've had all season. Maybe your teammates would agree or disagree, but from what I watched, that was the best series in games you had all season. I thought.
Yeah, yeah, 1000%. I definitely agree. Just comparing, at least I knew something was gonna be different, especially like after it was either that first game or second game. Usually I'm going like negative, like -20 or whatever, but I went like only like -3, one of like either like the first game or the second game, so I knew something was different. And yeah, it was a great series overall. You literally can't get closer to that. It was like 2-2, and then yeah, like 2-2 game wise, and then that final match it ended up being like 3-3, and then that last play to score that fourth score. I ended up getting like 3 kills in a row. Al tosses the ball. I thought I first, and we got the score. I thought it was me that picked it up somehow, but and because I thought it was me who picked it up somehow, but Recharge was behind me and he got the goal. But that was just like the hypest moment because that 3-3 on the fourth game or whatever. Yeah, that 3-3 on the fourth game. Whoever scored that next goal, that's like a momentum shifter.
That was
I'm
such a
so glad we were
football
able
play.
to. You said what?
Said that was such a football play.
Yeah, yeah, literally. So yeah, just getting those kills and getting that goal is like very hyped. But yeah, overall, yeah, that was a great series. Can't get closer than that. Literally, look, you asked a similar. You were saying how like any other team could beat them as well. And it kind of made me think that if we played them again today, maybe it would go the other way. Maybe they might have won the series, but then if we play them again tomorrow, then maybe we might win the series. That's just how close like the series is. It was literally like a toss
Big
up, but
facts.
we were definitely it was obvious we were definitely the better team that day. So
Yeah, it's definitely a coin flip with them, man. Seriously. Like
yeah,
any day, man. You could replay that series every single day of the week and it would probably be a different streak each time, but one of us would win, but there wouldn't be big consistency.
literally. But yeah, GG's to them. That was a good series. It was very literally can't get much closer than that. So, yeah.
Yeah,
For
Kendrick,
sure, well
honestly,
deserved run.
agreed.
shout out to Kendrick for sure.
That was like I said, one of the best series I've watched in years. Like always streams. I'm trying to even think of one that I watched that was that good before, like that compelling. Probably like one of the older Halo 4 ships, a couple of those, and there was a Reach ship that was really close. Went 3 games because that's all the series were at that point. So, uh, congratulations again on winning, and also congratulations to Recharge for winning Best Hybrid in the Legacy Awards.
They're
Also Finals MVP, which is well deserved because you were cooking that whole fucking series, all 5 games. You just
Oh
had
yeah.
had the pedal to the floor. So, and then shout out to Big Al for
I,
winning Mystery
actually,
Intangibles.
So
you know what?
baby,
good shit.
Shout out to Avenger on the last game where he actually pulled off a what +24. He actually he technically carried the team. You know? I give it to
21.
that last game. The last game, Avenger popped off for sure.
he just wanted to make sure he had bragging rights over
Hey, I'm
Kindred.
just saying. Hey, I'm just saying. When your backs are against the wall, like it's all cards on the table, all cards on the table, backs against the wall. Fucking, you just got to play your best. Everybody's there to play their best. Like we had to face elimination, and then at that point, everybody was facing elimination, and I was like, fuck it, man. Like I'm not gonna be the reason we lose.
There you go. And we didn't.
And you didn't. All right, so
Yeah.
that wraps up the question segment, and then the next thing I have is quote unquote quick recap of playoffs because I don't feel like it's going to be very quick because the kind of the structured part of the podcast is over and now it's all Wild West. So I'm just gonna kind of let y'all run with it and say what you want about each series. So we start off. You were the number 2 seed going in, so you played the number 3 seed Mungo and the Jerry's in the first round, and it looked like a pretty standard walk through the park, 5-1, 5-2. I'm not sure if anybody remembers anything about those games because it was over a
Nope.
month ago. But
Oh, I do.
yeah, it seems like that
Burned in my
y'all
brain.
yeah, it seems like y'all made pretty quick work with with a good team because for a bit in the beginning of the season they played some early games and whatnot, but the Smurfs team came out hot right out of the gate, and they were the number one team for
Very hot.
for a time. So I guess if y'all want to talk about anything you remember of that series, go for it.
I do remember one thing. Their team had a very underrated player. I think he was Smurf's friend, IRL friend, maybe. His name is Buddhist. I don't know what was his name.
No, Lucky Shot, Bubba Gut.
But Boga, yeah, Boga, yeah. That guy, he changed that team for like completely. But
He burned it
he
in
he
their
was
brain to
there.
throw the ball at plate every
He was
time.
that shine. He was that shine, bro. The reason why they even like got to where they was 100% it was him because of him.
I think it's
That's
their
how their team
aggressive
was
play
very hot.
style. But you only have one style with that. They were all aggressive and ran to plate. That was it.
Yeah, true.
Like once everybody adjusted after they got all their wins at the beginning, they capped out, burned Brut. And that's why I guess Smurf realized that and he just fucked right off on his team.
Basically.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I don't know if that series was streamed. I'm pretty sure I watched a lot of Legacy stuff this season. I'm not sure if I got that one because or watched that one because, like I said, it was it was a while ago. So, well, the next round would be the semifinals against against Fantastic Foreskins. That was the first series, and that was y'all brought that series to 3 games, which is no surprise. I actually bet on that one, by the way. Thanks, Avenger. Shout out to the Place Your Bets channel. Um, it was 5-3 Fantastic Foreskins, 5-1 Reverse Sweep, then 5-3 Fantastic Foreskins. So y'all really took them to the limit in that very first series.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it was just it's an unfortunate turnaround on our end that we had like as I was lagging and I was like connection issues, but I don't want to blame lag for losses. I'm not the type of person to do that, but that was exactly what happened at the time moment. And I think it was just an unfortunate. They had the better team that day, and they won. That's the best way to say it. And we bounced back, which proved everybody wrong that they're not really the best team, but we are.
Yeah, shout out to the internet techs that came out and fixed both their internets and gave us like better connection.
100%. I mean, it was definitely a connection issue, but eventually we fixed that problem, and I mean, look at us now. We won it completely. So gotta look at that.
Absolutely. So after that series, you went right to the end of the lower bracket. So you had to wait for a while. You had to wait for other teams to get their games played, and that did take a while. For sure, lower bracket is going to take longer. You almost have to give them a week after upper brackets games because they gotta wait for teams to drop down to play. So y'all waited a while. Practice. I know y'all practiced a good bit, especially towards the end. So um, whenever you
Yeah.
dropped down, you eventually had to play Junkyard Underdogs, which was Encot's team. Encot, Rebs, Pete, and Mr. Eric, or Scrappy does.
Yeah.
There was
Impressive.
I remember this series. and probably some of the other ones, but I remember this series that game 1 5-4. That was a game. That was that was a good game. They came out and for some reason they had the tanking on y'all that game. They were really controlling the line tanking, and I think it surprised a lot of people. But y'all clawed back into the game and made your big plays like you always do, and then you were able to pull out that game. And then after that, I feel like they kind of lost all their steam. They gave everything in that first game, and then you 5-1'd them in game 2, and then it was over.
Say game one, Salty Peterbread, he was popping up to the point where he was a number one seed. A type of popping off, like he was putting that team on the pedestal on that first game. That's one of the reasons why I'd say the game got to 5-4. His tanking was so good that surprised us, I'd say. And then I'd say after the second game, it came to a realization on how we know how they play now, and we kind of swept them away by surprise. Because I think the first game was a wake up call and a warm up, and after the second game, we got our heads into the game, and then we swept them away very quickly. I'd say I really did better in the second game than I did the first game, which I think we could all agree on that one.
I think we all did better in the
Yeah, we
second
just
game in that one than
all
the first one.
adapted. We
Yeah,
kind
that's
of
just-
went in with fear, and then we're like, "Fuck it, man. We know we can do this. We know how they're gonna play, and we adapt really
Exactly.
great."
Yeah, I
we
mean
adapted.
that
we,
team,
we are an adaptive team for sure. We tasted defeat first, or semi defeat, and then we get the realization that hey, we could beat this team.
Shout out
That's
to
how
them, man. They were
Shout
like
out
to-
what, last place, and then
shout
they
out to
came all the
Ancock.
way up to like
yeah,
fourth,
Encott
third.
really got his boys coached up really well. The difference between Mr. Eric and Salty Peterbread from the beginning of the season to the end of the season is
Huge difference.
night and day. They're not even the same people. Encott's possession, like just the way that they played, and like so the way they passed back to make sure they never lost possession in a spot of danger type deal
He got
was
them to buy in.
always really good. And Reb's just made plays, man. Reb's just a nuisance to deal with, man. It's tough.
Honestly, I'd say Salty Peterbread. I think he's the same level as Devio. I highly say he can. With a
Yeah,
bit of training,
Salty's definitely the aggressive DV. I could see that.
he's an aggressive Devio style. He's very, very he knows his time to swing, knows how to stay away from people whenever they swing back at you. Yeah, he's the perfect tank. You kind of want as a full player. And I think he's gonna, if he does play further seasons or tournaments, he is a steal.
I'm excited to see a lot of these players, whether they're returning after a while or fresh in. See some of them come back, like you said, Divio coming in, Godly coming back, Reina and Salty Peterbread. Just off the top of my head, like they all showed up and played really, really well, and it was nice to see them progress over the season. Nice to see where they go going forward, hopefully.
Yeah, Rena really surprised me. I was very happy for that. I didn't think that she was gonna do that good for just like, because I know she definitely comes in and likes to have fun and doesn't like care that fucking much, but she really held it down for somebody who just showed up to have fun.
Yep.
Oh, she's pretty competitive for sure. She gets on to kill and have fun or whatever, but she's definitely quite competitive. And she also won Most Improved Player, which I think is pretty well deserved.
Oh, did she really?
Yes. So
I see that now. Yeah, dude, she beat my ass in the 1v1 until it got towards the end.
yeah, speaking of
Or
the
DB on Incot.
speaking of the 1v1, yeah, Encott really activated out of that, and Recharge is definitely right. Looking at the grades from that last playoff series against them, Pete was an A- in the first game and a B+ in the second game, so he really turned up in those games. Also, Encott played really well. He was a B- and a C-, but yeah, Pete definitely stepped up, and he showed a lot of potential when he first started playing. He came right out of the gate, I think like 10 seconds in his first Infinite Custom, he got a carrier kill. It was like right away, he got a carrier kill and grabbed the ball. It was pretty funny. So, yeah, they definitely put up a tough series. And then, of course, the last series would be the rematch against the roommate rivalry, best of 5. And y'all won the first game 5-3, and then they came back with a 5-0 and 5-2, and then y'all clawed back in the last 2 games with 2 5-3s. That's crazy work coming out of a 5-0 and a 5-2 loss to come back and win the next game, next 2 games even. That's
The
tough to
name,
do.
baby. It's in the fucking name. We were also down 0-2 in the game that mattered most as well. Don't forget that.
Yep, staying true to your name, reverse sweep. Hell yeah. One thing I noticed about that series is, man, so many good pass plays. I mean, not just your run-of-the-mill ones, but there were some long pass plays too, from both sides. Some to Daedric, some to Recharge, and it was definitely a thrilling series to watch for sure. And it's the one that we most remember because it was a couple days ago. Yesterday, even.
Yeah, I mean it's just a really good team, man. Divio coming up. Kindred played the best Grifball he's ever played, I think. Like he was that dude.
He left it all on the court, no
he would
doubt.
literally get to our plate and just turn into a Beyblade. Like you couldn't get anywhere near him. He was just going off. So he was a force if you let him get down by the plate. He really wanted to live, wanted to cause some havoc and get the ball thrown to him. Man, he was going off. Sev, uh, very strong on defense. Always, always people afraid to pass on him. He picked me off a couple of times, but
Snag one off
you
me.
can't.
Good play.
I was gonna say you can't let him, dictate your efforts in passing the ball. If you're just too afraid to pass the ball past them, like I said earlier, you make yourself one dimensional. So we kept trying, and we definitely got the better of them in the last 2 games for sure. So
Yeah, what a run for Sev. Another championship appearance. Fell short, but he's made it to the semifinals or better every season. At the semifinals is
Yeah,
his worst place. So that's
he gets that silver medal again now.
yeah, that's crazy. And he's yeah, true that. And he's always been an incredible defender, good playmaker. I definitely like following him and watching him play.
Well,
He's got
shout
the
out to Ducky too. I'm 2-0 versus Ducky in the ship. And Seb's only gold medal in the ship is with me on his team. So maybe I'm the secret ingredient. I'm like Kentucky Fried Chicken's secret spice.
you definitely are that. You are something, that's for sure. All right, so we got through the playoff recaps. We got all the way through, and really the only other thing that I have is my section. So we talked about a little bit about it earlier, while Godly was having some technical difficulties and got back in. Um,
Girlfriend
I've heard,
difficulties.
I've seen someone say something to the effect. One of the admins said something about how I bailed on the Legacy League, and it's such a big impact when the Legacy admin bailed on the league and whatever. And should I have left? No, probably not. But I did. I was going to anyways after the season. I'm pretty sure if I remember right, myself and Mungo and a third admin was supposed to also be watching over Legacy League, so it shouldn't have been all put up on me. And to that specific admin that said that, Priest, I've done more with this podcast and the next one I'm going to do, and updating the brackets and posting on Twitter. I still did more after I left than you've done in 5 fucking seasons. So you can take that however you wish.
Yeah, drop the rap remix. Yeah, Priest, I should have been on Cosmos' team.
But that's all I'm gonna really say there. It's not really something I like to do because I don't really think talking shit on the internet is really all that badass. But motherfuckers can talk shit about me whenever I'm not even in there to defend myself. So I had to say my piece. And
Talk your shit. Talk your shit,
and,
motherfucker.
and, and,
Talk your
No
shit.
Plex zone, baby.
And
No flex zone. No, seriously, no flex zone.
and everybody knows how much I enjoy community work and whatnot. But also anybody that knows me well or I talk to a lot, the other admins too, Mav, Death, I talk to them pretty often. They knew that whenever I started helping stuff again, it was going to end. I told them it's going to come to an end eventually. I'm going to get burned out. I'm going to get tired of playing because I don't really like playing this game. I try to like it and enjoy it, but I can't do community work if I don't play because then I won't be involved. It's hand in hand. It sucks, you know. I wish I could stay on the outside and just do it, but it'd be too hard. Every game would need to be streamed, and I'd have to watch every single game from every single team. So, yeah, I'm not really worried about things. Grifball so dead it can't die. Somebody else will step up. Though really my biggest worry is this podcast, so I hope someone will see to it and keep it going at least until Infinite Grifball is over, because that's what this is. It's just a chronicle of Infinite Grifball leagues. That's all it is from the first season, which the first episode was the start of season 2, but in the first episode we kind of backtracked and covered season 1, so really all of it's been covered. So the other shit, it's no big deal. Events, it's just a fucking form, man. Sending messages to people. Content, it's just coming up with ideas and writing shit down and messaging people. All the stuff is pretty pedestrian. So I'm pretty sure someone's gonna be able to make it happen and do all those things for the community. But it definitely was a pleasure doing everything that I did, and I just don't see myself coming back at this point. But maybe. But
Thank you for finishing it at least, doing the podcast at the end. I don't even want to, like, have you even done the pro yet?
next week, Scullin's traveling right now. He's not at home. I think he's out of town or something. So next
It's like,
week.
who's gonna speak on it? Two of the motherfuckers that do it don't even talk. They gonna play soundboards?
It's gonna be
Microsoft Sam.
it's gonna be interesting because it'll be me, BCN, and Scullin in there, but Ace and Hells will also be in there. And Hells has already done a championship podcast, season 3, the second,
They're gonna
the
need
back to back.
interpreters.
What Hells would do is what I do is I give them their questions in advance, and then they respond. So then I just read off their responses, and if Hells wants me to say something or Ace wants me to say something that they have a thought, I just go to their messages and read their thoughts off. Just kind of pause and say, "Oh, Hell said this," or "Ace said that." So it'll be interesting. I'll be talking a lot, reading everybody's responses, but it'll
Inspiring. That is inspiring. Shout out to them, man. Silent fucking killers of the night.
yeah. And let me tell you, man, I got this
Their interpreter Noplex.
I got this. I got a response back from Ace that'll blow your mind. One of his questions, he responded with quite a detailed response. Like it's like very detailed. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to read it all. It's a lot.
The dissertation.
Yeah, but he says somewhere in there you don't have to read all of this after this point. So he's
Oh, you're gonna read all of it. You're gonna read all of it.
I feel like you'd be doing a disservice if you didn't.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned it now. Now we're all ready for it.
It's the tease of the century right there.
But yeah, I guess that kind of wraps up my part, and the last part that we have is outro and shout outs. So, just kind of wrapping it up, whatever. And I guess I really don't have too much of a specific for a shout out. Definitely shout out to you, Avenger, for all the cool shit you've done this season. Place your bets honestly was the most hype thing that kept the community going this season. It was the exchange and all that. You really went above and beyond with Daedric and doing stuff, and you know how much I love community shit, community involvement. So it's you definitely get the crown of approval for me for sure. I'd say on top
Appreciate
of that, shout out to all the people that fuck with me, that message me and talk to me or whatever. There's lots of people that say they care and all that, but I can tell by who I talk to who actually cares.
The fucking Cole.
The cult. The
Shout
Kevin
out to
cult
the
this season,
Cole.
the fun lovers. That's been fun this season, and really anybody that has a chance to get things going and keep this shit alive after so long. Shout out to them for dealing with a bunch of fucking whiny babies to keep things going because God is at a nursery. So all right, that's all I got. Recharge.
Let me go last.
Yeah, got any shout outs or anything else you want to say, Recharge?
Oh, I'll definitely say shout out to this team. I definitely say like we had moments where we we gave up, just as a team, as a whole. So we had big up for support. We had goalie coming in sometimes telling us, it's all good. We got this. Sometimes we even had Avenger who definitely wanted to give up, but I know he definitely. Any,
I never meant it. It was all part of the script, just like the
It's for
name.
the memes.
I know
He
that
used it to
he
motivate us.
definitely wanted to give up, but in his heart he knew that.
I
You
I was just trying to wake everybody up, man. It's not my fault. Godly sandbags.
What?
in his heart,
Yeah.
I knew he meant it. He really meant it. He wanted to win, and he proved this right, like those games. So either way, let's say shout out
He
to this team, hundred
level-headed in the
percent.
ship, though. Glad we got
Yeah,
him.
babe, yeah, 100%. I mean, hey, Godly's first ship, so
Very chill
unless you want,
team. We were all very level-headed.
yeah,
Didn't
100%.
Always.
Shout
freak
out to
out, nothing.
shout out to Kendrick's team as well. Don't forget about that. Yeah, honestly, it was all just a chill tournament, chill finals. That's all I have to say really. Like, not really much to say.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Keeping it. I'm,
Kindred's
I'm
team
keeping
and
it.
fuck every other team.
I'm keeping it humble today.
That's what I'm talking about. Championship lane up here.
Big Al,
Exactly.
got any shout outs? Anything else you want to add?
Yeah, I mean, shout out to you, obviously, Noplex. I mean, I messaged you a couple times throughout the season. You always responded. So I don't know what all is going on. I kind of stay out of the involvement. I just show up and play and whatever. But shout out to you. You always answered the call whenever I hit you up. So but shout out to all the players that signed up. Legacy was really, really fun, to be honest. I had a lot of fun. Uh, shout out to Puppies for the double coup and keeping the team running. Uh, shout out to all the new players that signed up or returning players that signed up. Like I said earlier, it's great to see these new people come into the community, and hopefully they keep playing and keep it going in seasons down the line. Shout out to all the games, all the teams. Shout out to my team for pulling through at the end. Like we said, we had some struggles down the stretch, but we brought it back together at the end when it counted most, and we pulled through, baby.
Definitely. Godly, you got any shout outs you want to make? Anything you want to add or say?
Shout out to Avenger. Shout out to Recharge. Shout out to Al. Shout out to Vinny. Definitely shout out to
All
Yeah,
Vinny.
right, Vinny, dude.
Vinny.
Vinny all.
Vinny. He won some
Yeah.
games with us.
He,
We want
he
that.
wants those.
Yeah.
Totally forgot that.
He wants those
Yeah.
5 p.m. start times.
Yeah, if only we did this a little bit earlier, you probably got him in here.
Shout
But
out to Pop
man's
Tart
got a
for
lot going on.
recruiting. Shout out to Mystical Novice for the the AI videos. Those are funny as hell. And shout out to I don't know who it was. Oh yeah, shout out to everyone who helped us scrim, and then shout out to the one drama I catch in the legacy chat where someone ended up leaving. That was kind of interesting. Yeah, shout out to everyone. Yeah,
Active or
GG's.
boss? It's just both.
And last thing, my last thing to say, anything is possible.
All right, it's on you,
Oh
Avenger.
shit.
You got the mic now.
Oh jeez. Where to start? Shout out to Jameis Winston himself, Rain. Man, just he's one of the most honest people out there. He really calls it like he sees it. Um, Encott for everything that he's been trying to do and putting on and the improvement that he did with his team to pick a team of friends. I did that in Legacy and I lost every single fucking game and we didn't really improve as much. And I'm really glad that he was able to make that happen. So really shout out to Encott. Puppies for everything she's done to make us better. She put in a lot of her time and effort to scrim and help us, especially when we really couldn't find anything towards the time of Grifball dying postseason. You know, that time where everybody gets sad because they lose and they want to step away from the game or make other plans. And shout out to season 2. You know, get Shrek, the man himself, Shrek, always keeping us activated. I wish to see him play this season. I really think he could have took it far. Really sad about that. I really wanted to ship for Solace as well. I mean, I don't know if anybody would expect me to say that, but he deserves it. And I really think they had that. Shout out to Dylan as well and Spank. Spank deserves another one. He's turning the fuck up this season now. I hope he holds that momentum. Shout out to Cosmos. I really want him to win a ship. We've all seen the work that he puts in. Snipes, he thinks that he's third round material and says he's washed now. I call bullshit. Snipes really deserves everything. I hope he keeps playing and grinds and makes it back to the top. That was, yeah, my team. And then shout out to Sab. Fucking huge shout out to my boy. I guess shout out to Lux too for coaching that one time, but not picking me up for like clockwork and then saying recharge and I wouldn't have the chemistry. So I appreciate that now that we're winning a ship and you're not. So put that on a legacy. And then there's, I love Lux. Damn, Lux, you just wiped my whole brain, my Neuralink system. How'd you do that from afar? Katie,
Dragon.
another non-believer. I love her to death, man. I vouch for Katie left and right, and seeing her go broke by putting all her coins against me really made me sad. So that one, I didn't take that to the heart, but I was like, damn,
How much?
no belief. She went broke. She was off the leaderboard.
But how much total did people lose betting against you?
Oh, dude, pretty much all the top leaderboard is damn near wiped except for like Sab and above average and shit. But Sab fucked up because he didn't read the print on that thing, and a lot of the coin he won ended up backfiring and gave him a penalty. But it all kind of worked out. Chemical was, I think, a believer too. Hells, you know, some of those people maintained on top. You obviously would have been up there if you didn't dip out. And sorry, hold on, I'm trying to wrap this up. Katie, Mungo, of course. Who else to come after Katie than Mungo? Shout out to him not doing his job. I'm sure we all know what that's like. No plex.
Wah, wah.
Um, Pop Tart, you got my man Godly back. Thank you for that. Shout out to fucking you for that. And Spoon. Spoon and Pop. You can't eat your Pop Tarts without a good spoon. So seriously, shout out to fucking Godly. I I knew that when he wasn't trying for sure, or when he was playing for fun, and I played before with a dude named Fall that played a lot similar to Godly, and it was cool. And I'm sorry for definitely crashing out a few times, because I always knew you were gonna show up when it mattered most in the championship, and you really did. Great player that can definitely improve so much more. And I definitely hope you play again in the future. But you did amazing, Al. I'm glad we got to play. Seriously, happy we got to play again together. You are the QB
times.
one, man. We have a solid bonding connection on the court, man. We're like, I don't know, I haven't really had that much with a runner probably since like Katie, and feels honestly great, man. Because I just feel like an offensive lineman out there, man. I'm your tackle, just moving around in the pocket and knowing when to
Right.
push, stay back, trying to help you while you make the reads. Full faith in that. You and I have that fucking tandem switch off where it can fucking launch, do all that. Biggie Smalls, really wish we could have did that. The league would not have been ready for Biggie Smalls. We would have fucking blown everybody's mind. So really fucked up on that one. But there's always the future because I would love to
Right,
play
dude.
with you again, man.
Next time we link up, it's in the back pocket.
Recharge.
Yeah.
You did one thing that nobody else, every other captain in the league, did not do, and that was take a chance on me. And
Sir.
I don't know, man. A lot of people probably think that I went exactly where I'm supposed to, but I mean, I like to have fun too, and I mean, I also too like to win because at the end of the day, this is like where a lot of my effort and time goes, and it means a lot to me. Um, through a lot that I've sacrificed in my time playing, and to be able to compete with somebody like Mongo means a lot to me. especially to be able to say I'm better than him at every chance that I can get. And I have a lot of non-believers out there, and I tried my best to go to the second round once I realized nobody wanted me. And you literally looked at the board and said, "There's no clear better option right now." That, and people still think I went exactly where I was supposed to go. So thank you for thinking that I was a fucking steal and a great choice, and thank you for working with me and hearing me out and helping fucking build this team with you. Like,
Yeah,
it's really meant a
100%, man.
lot.
I'm always here, man.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of doubted you the season before until we played that 3v4, and then I realized you were a really solid dude, man, and I was really excited to play with you again after that. Before I used to just talk my shit, but I do that about everybody. Like, we all do that. You know, you go for punches, you lose the ball, man. I just call that out about everybody, but shit, I do the same thing. But you know what, man? You get it done, and I'm happy to see you fall on top, man. I started the season with an S plus, and I'm fucking happy, even though I felt a B plus. I'm glad that you took the S plus at the end, man. I'm glad to see you shine. You fucking really, the things you do on the court are insane, man. Like, you got 2 to 3 people to beat every single time, and I don't know how the fuck you do it. It's like everybody on the court knows what's gonna happen, and it's some A shit. Like, what are you gonna do? You do the best you can, and it still doesn't work out for him. You don't even be lagging like that. I mean, you could be like a Were Mosquito, but you're not. If Were Mosquito was playing like you, he'd be a fucking god. Seriously, shout out to you, man. Top fucking player. Should have definitely been in pro. I'm glad to have teamed up with you, man. It was a wrap once I ended up on your team, and I knew it. And I knew it was a fucking wrap when we got the rest of the pieces.
Hey, hey, man, it's all good, bro. It's all good. It's all love. End of the day.
Oplex, thank you for everything. Come back, man. Fuck everybody else. Fuck everybody else, man. Everybody knows what you do. Everybody loves you. The real cult's in the heart, and we all love everything that you do, putting out for us. Hashtag the AGLA and the community as a whole for putting their time and effort into this shit. Because we all act like we don't care, but at the end of the day, where the fuck are we? I mean, if you don't care, why are you listening to this right now? Why are you this far in the podcast if you don't care? But keep doing what you can do for the community and keep it alive. Because you are the community and you are the game. Which means shout out to the creator himself, Deathcrawler. Keep doing what you do.
Yeah, I'll definitely
And the
admit it.
rest of the people run it.
I care. That's probably what made me effective. Is I did care, probably too much, maybe obsess a little. But if I'm gonna do something, I might as well do it right. You know, that's the way I see it. But
Hey, we all get a little crazy sometimes. Hey, Spence.
oh yeah, the other day was definitely one of the few times that I actually got mad about something. That's something I almost never do, but I was annoyed and I don't really know what at. But oh well, fuck it, it's over now. But that's the end of the shout outs, and I will end this by saying that there will be one more podcast episode in the Infinite Grifball podcast, at least hosted by me, and that'll be the Pro Ship edition, which we said earlier will be next week. So that'll be the final one, and maybe somebody will take it over in the future. Who knows until it ends, but um, thank you for tuning in to the podcast again, and thank you to all of you for showing up, your whole team, and wanting to come on here and answer some questions. And until next time, we'll see you on the court. Good night.
Good night.
Night, y'all.